Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 23rd. April 23rd is the 113th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 114th in leap years, with 252 days remaining to the end of the year. April 23rd is World Book Day, also known as World Book and Copyright Day or International Day of the Book. This is an annual event that was organized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO, if you ever wondered what UNESCO stands for. World Book Day was initiated to promote reading, publishing, and copyright, and was first celebrated on April 23, 1995. World Book Day. Alrighty, today's word is reverberate. Reverberate is usually a verb but can also be an adjective. As a verb, reverberate might mean reflect, repel, become driven back, or become reflected. But I think the definition most of us most often think of with reverberate is echo, or to continue in or as if in a series of echoes, resound. An example might be the spectacle of the trial continues to reverberate across social media. As an adjective, it's typically pronounced a little differently, reverberate, and it means tending to reverberate, having the quality of reverberating or marked by reverberation. Resonant. An example here might refer to a reverberate cathedral. The word reverberate comes to us from Latin. First known use as a verb is in the 1400s and as an adjective in 1603. Reverberate. And with that, the first public school in the United States, Boston Latin School, was founded in Boston on April 23, 1635. This is the birthday of German physicist and academic and Nobel Prize laureate Max Planck, born April 23, 1858. He was a real smart guy. He figured out a lot of stuff. Max Planck happened also to be gifted in music, played several instruments, and composed songs and operas, but he decided to go into physics. Max Planck is known for several physics equations that are named after him, several Planck potentials, the Planck statement of the second law of thermodynamics, and that's just in physics. He also has several concepts in quantum mechanics named after him and in cosmology as well. Planck units, Planck energy, Planck mass, Planck time, Planck temperature, and other things as well. There's an asteroid named after him and a crater on the moon and a private university in Peru. My goodness. Max Planck lived to the age of 89. Now, a little more recently, we have American singer, actress, dancer, and diplomat Shirley Temple, born April 23, 1928. What a little cutie she was. She began her movie career at the age of 3 in 1931, and she was Hollywood's #1 box office draw as a child actress from 1934 to 1938. She retired from film in 1950 at the age of 22, but occasionally made guest appearances on TV and specials. Shirley Temple married Charles Alden Black in 1950 and was thenceforth known as Shirley Temple Black. She became active in politics in 1967, and it didn't take long for her to be appointed to the UN as a delegate, and then ambassador to a variety of foreign countries and a few other posts as well. Now, I didn't remember this, but she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1972, but she was willing to talk about it, improving breast cancer awareness and lessening the stigma of it, thereby improving the chances for other women to be diagnosed and seek treatment in a timely manner. Shirley Temple Black lived a good, full, busy life and lived to the age of 85. On April 23, 1985, Coca-Cola changed its formula and released a product they called New Coke. The response was overwhelmingly negative. This was before these days of social media, but had social media been a thing, I'm sure they would have been roasted up right. I remember hearing people say if I wanted a Pepsi, I'd buy a Pepsi. I wasn't drinking Pepsi or Coca-Cola at the time, so I couldn't really make a valid comparison, but I do remember people were pretty hot about it. The original formula was back on the market in about 3 months. On April 23rd, 2005, the first ever YouTube video entitled Me at the Zoo was published by a fellow named Jawed Kareem. And I wondered, how in the world did he know? How did he find out? How did he know to upload the video and be the first? It turns out that he was a co-founder. That would do it. That would do it all right. There's only that one video on his channel. I had to start somewhere. By the way, now remember, that was before iPhones came out. So he most likely filmed that on a digital camera and had to get it on a computer then to upload to YouTube. A bit more elaborate of a process in that day. Today's song is Where Do Broken Hearts Go by Whitney Houston. This was written by Frank Wildhorn and Chuck Jackson and was released on her second studio album, Whitney, in 1987. Where Do Broken Hearts Go became Ms. Houston's seventh consecutive #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100, setting an all-time chart record. We find it in its first of 2 weeks in the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 23rd, 1988. Where Do Broken Hearts Go by Whitney Houston. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. And from the Life is What Happens When You Make Other Plans department, more than on... Did you really? Okay, hold on. I forgot to tell it do not disturb. Okay, we're going to do that one again. Oh, where's your microphone? Oh, get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. You're here with me live this morning as I stumble through. I thought I was ready to go, and my apologies for the hiccups and the baubles. See, that's all stuff that gets edited out in the edited versions. We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.